is Ryan Whitaker with FS Grain, March 14th, 2023, with a short market update. We actually have a green screen here for once. The corn and bean market kind of taking a bloodbath here in the last 10 days. Not a lot of fresh news in the market to really bring this to give us any sort of rally going right now, but exports are still pretty weak. We had a couple banks closing down, over the weekend. South America's crop is still pretty good shape. I know Argentina's been hurt some, but the Brazilian crop's been, average to above average. Did hear last night that that crop isn't as good as it was last year. So we'll just kind of keep, seeing what those numbers are out of there. And then the war, over in Ukraine is still going on. Russia says they extended the Black Sea deal for another 60 days. Ukraine is saying, that hold on, not so fast. So we'll have to keep a really close eye on that to see what way that goes. Because if that deal doesn't go through and exports do get squashed over there, that should jumpstart this market a little bit. Coupled with China buying some corn today and the U.S. starting to get a little bit more competitive in the global market. We continue to see us exporting corn. Obviously, that's going to give this market a little boost. I guess our big crop report's coming out here in 2 weeks, so I'll have to kind of keep a very close eye on what the USDA publishes for acres. I know when they came out with their outlook, they had carry out almost at 1.9 billion bushels for corn. Beans were still fairly tight, I guess. I wouldn't say that we'll have ample supply of beans just with the numbers that they publish. So keep an eye on those acres. If we see corn, they're thinking 91 million acres of corn. So if we see something going in, a lot higher than that, I can't see this market staying where we're at currently. So with that being said, just kind of looking at local markets here, basis is still, hanging in there pretty strong. Seeing river values, about as high as they've been recently. Rail's popping its head back up again. Ethanol's in, pretty good values as well. Container market, I wouldn't say values are terrible, just not seeing a whole lot of volume in that space currently, which could change. We'll just have to keep an eye on that. But for any old crop corn that needs to be moving, weather's been pretty decent. Roads are good. There's still a few posted roads, but a lot of townships and stuff have pulled those postings. So, if you need to move corn, even in this market where it's fallen off a little bit, look at a basis contract if you're bullish corn. You're locking in positives over the May. There is a pretty decent inverse. I think this morning we're, about 12 cent inverse to the July. So if you wanted to buy yourself some more time, looking at some pretty good basis values through summer. May, June, July, probably, that even gets a little bit better here than March, April. So, if you have time to move corn, right now the market's telling you there's really no reason to hang on to it. On the bean side, basis still looks pretty decent. Still looking at, $15 beans. So we're not, as much as this market's dropped, we're still looking at $6 plus corn, $15 plus beans in most spots. Obviously, some of the country houses are a little bit less, but still pretty good values to clean up some of these old crop sales. So again, as much as this market's dropped, don't feel like you've missed the ball because prices are still pretty good. And like I said, if you want to continue to stay in this market, move corn, put it on a basis contract. But I would also highly suggest getting offers working against those basis contracts, just so when we do see some volatility on the overnights, we can get those offers picked up, get some cash, and we're not really worried about the market falling apart again. As far as new crop sales go, markets aren't, where we need to be at. or want to be at, I should say, just with our input prices. I mean, there is some, programs that are, very, very cheap to lock in some premium on the top side. I mean, there is a little risk on some double ups or whatnot, but, I look at some min-max type stuff. There's, I think industry wide, the new crop book is pretty light, going forward. So with all that said, I mean, it all sounds pretty negative at this point, but there is a lot of time. We have no weather premium built into this thing. So, um, stay positive, continue to move grain, uh, talk to your local buyer and, get a plan put together, and let's not completely miss this market, and, like I said, get some topside or leave some topside open as well. So that's all for today. If you have any questions, give us a call. Thanks.